What if the isekai hero didn't want to be a hero at all? No Longer Allowed in Another World flips the genre on its head with dark comedy and sharp satire, following a protagonist who would rather escape existence than be celebrated for saving it. The story opens in modern Japan with Sensei, a gloomy, emotionally drained writer whose life is ruled by exhaustion and disillusionment. Unlike typical isekai leads, he has no dreams of power, glory, or adventure. He isn't waiting to be chosen. He's waiting for everything to stop. From the very beginning, the series makes it clear that this is not a story about ambition, but about refusal. Through a cruel twist of fate, Sensei is transported to a fantasy world filled with magic, monsters, and the familiar promise of destiny. But instead of astonishment or excitement, his reaction is pure disappointment. To him, this new world isn't a blessing. It's just another obligation. When others assume he must be a summoned hero, Sensei openly rejects the role, refusing to fight, inspire, or save anyone. What makes Sensei dangerous isn't strength or skill, but his words, his brutally honest, deadpan observations tear through the fantasy world's artificial optimism. Every heroic speech and noble goal collapses under his constant questioning of purpose and meaning. The result is darkly funny and deeply uncomfortable, as the world struggles to function around someone who refuses to play along. This contrast is pushed even further with the introduction of Annette, a bright and sincere girl who believes being summoned means life has meaning. She clings to hope, destiny, and the idea that everyone has a role to fulfill. Sensei challenges her beliefs at every turn, not with cruelty, but with unfiltered honesty. Their interactions highlight the show's core tension: hope versus apathy, purpose versus exhaustion. Even when danger appears, Sensei refuses the heroic path. He remains passive and detached, forcing others to act while he observes. Yet his presence leaves an impact. People begin to question their motivations, their ideals, and the stories they tell themselves. Sensei doesn't save the world, but he exposes it. The tone blends slapstick timing with bleak introspection, often drawing comparisons to literary self-irony. The humor lands not because the world is ridiculous, but because Sensei refuses to pretend it isn't. By the end of these opening episodes, one thing becomes clear. Sensei may not fight like a hero, but he changes people simply by existing honestly. In a world obsessed with destiny, he represents something rare, someone who dares to say that life doesn't always come with answers. If you enjoy a genre-bending series that mocks familiar tropes while delivering sharp character moments and dark humor, No Longer Allowed in Another World is absolutely worth watching. And as the story continues, Sensei's refusal to conform begins to carry consequences, because even rejecting destiny can shake the world around you.